You're losing visitors on your website because they can switch to the dark mode because it's bright on their screen and dark outside. Bad for your eyes, bad for your visitors. So we're gonna switch it to dark mode. I'm gonna show you right now using the best plugin for Divi, Elementor and all kind of WordPress websites you have. It works perfectly out of the box. I've tried many of them, but this switch is really useful. I am Matt, aka the WordPress Doctor, and we're starting right now. So we go to wpressdoctor.com/wp-dark, press enter. Now we are at the WP Dark Mode website. I think is the best plugin for dark mode, especially when you're using Divi or Elementor. Now there is a license you can buy, but there's also a free version. So you go back to WP Dark Mode over here. You can go all the way down and there's a button called Try It for Free. When you press this one, now we can actually download the free version over here. Log into your WordPress dashboard. If you're still logging in using WP Admin, that's not a very safe way. So please check out my tutorial about securing your WordPress website because it's very important. When we are logged in, you go to Plugins, Add New. And we go to press Upload Plugin and we just browse and add the plugin to our website. Press Install Now and now we press Activate Plugin. Here we go. So if you want to help to make dark mode even more awesome, press allow or no thanks. I'm gonna press allow. And of course, WP Rocket says clear your cache, which we of course are going to do. Now we are at the general settings. But let's see if our website already has a dark mode. Go to your website, open link in a new private window. So this is the normal website, as you can see right here. But now we have a button which says dark mode. And when I press it, the website turns dark. Now when I scroll down, you will see, oh, this is still white. This is a gradient, this is still white, but there's dark. So we have to change some stuff. And then also, as you can see, the button to go to top is on top of my dark mode switch. And I don't like that, of course. So we are going to change this switch to put it up here. And we're also going to change, this is still white, and I don't like that. But first we go back to the settings of dark mode. What you will see is we have the enable the front end dark mode, which is on. There's also a back end dark mode. If you turn this on and press save settings, of course, what will happen, you will have a switch up here and you press it. Now your backend is also in dark mode. And this is very useful for all you guys who like to work late or at night. This really helps your sleeping habits. This is the Enable OS Aware dark mode. If your operating system is in dark mode, especially for smartphones or your Mac OS or Windows, then it will automatically be served starting in the dark mode. And this is something really useful and I would suggest keep this on. I'm gonna turn it off because I don't use a block editor. I use the Divi editor to create this website. Let's go to advanced settings. This is the make the dark mode default. Then your website will always be in dark mode. If you are like me, then your colors are optimized for the light mode, not yet for the dark mode. You have a time-based dark mode, then the website will turn in dark mode in a specific time, and you have the sunset mode. The difference is the time-based is the time of your website. So a visitor from another country might see the dark version while it's light outside. And the sunset mode is based on the location of your visitor. And that's the main problem I have with this one, because it may ask for device location for the first time. You don't want to pop up for your visitors on your website which says, hey, where are you at? Can I read out your location? I don't think it's very friendly and I don't think people want to let your website know where they are. Let's go to color settings. In the color settings, we can change the brightness, but it's only in the Pro version, the contrast, the sepia again. And if you want to use color presets. With color presets, you can change the link styles of your website. For example, now you have dark mode, which is a little more bluish, and now it's a little bit more with gold links. If I press save these settings now on gold, these links are all gold, which looks very nice with our logo. When I switch it to blue, some other things happen because these things are not readable anymore. Also, the text is completely white because it tries to make the background bluish like this. Now it's bluish, and also like this, and also the links are done in blue, as you can see. So the color scheme actually makes a big difference on your website. So let's turn this off right now and press Save Settings again. Now, of course, what do we want? We want to have custom colors, because that is just that way you can tune it endlessly the way you want it to create your most beautiful dark mode website. Let's go to the switch settings. You have a floating switch. We can turn this off because I would like to have it inside of the menu. And there are different styles. You have this one, light dark, here you go, light dark, or this switch, which I think is pretty nice to see. Over here you can change the size, a big switch, or even custom. It's very useful. We have normal size, and where you want the floating switch to be, left or right or custom. That would be great. And then the attention effect is basically just a CSS moving like this. It will wobble, it will vibrate, or it will do other things. Here you can have enable your call to action, display it in menu, custom icon, custom switch text above post, above pages. So you can basically customize this button everywhere you want to go on your website, which is pretty awesome. Includes, excludes, this is where you want to exclude and include elements separated. And it's done with the divs. So if you are in Divi, you can create your classes or ID, and then you can add them in here. And then you can include it or you can exclude it right there. Very powerful feature. On the trigger page, we can exclude pages, posts, categories, tags, and post types from the dark mode. Let's say you have special pages which are already pretty dark, or you just don't like it there. We can just exclude it over here. Let's go back to performance. Enable the performance mode, then the JavaScript files will be loaded delayed, which is useful for your speed optimization. Here you can change the font size toggle. You can use the keyboard shortcut, which is useful for people that have limitations in visions. You can use a parameter, so you can send people to your website using this parameter, and then it will be black or light or dark or whatever. And you have dynamic content mode. This is useful when some dynamic content is not coming through, and then you can enable this and then it should be fixed. Then we go to WooCommerce. If you have a WooCommerce web shop, here you can exclude categories and products. Now I really like the next one, the image settings, because here we can upload our images for a dark mode and a light mode. So this way, in the light mode, you have different images than the dark mode, which is excellent, exactly what we need on our website. Because when we look on our website, we have this background image, which is huge of the hanger, but it's not very dark. What we see right here is this whole white thing is a big background image, and I would like to change that in the dark mode. And then we can add the light mode and the dark mode images. We can add as many images as we want. So we're going to use this in just a minute. Then you can change the low brightness to all the images. It will turn the brightness down to 80%. Also the grayscale effect, if I save this, you will see exactly what I mean. Now, here you have it, all the images are grayscaled and it doesn't look very attractive right now because they're just really grayed out. This is not really the way I like to see dark mode websites. What I do like to see is changed images that are a bit dimmed down, but they're still colorful. So we can of course turn off the grayscale. Let's see what happens now. And as you now look, you can see that all the images still have color in them, but they are a little bit dimmed. So that's pretty awesome. Now the video settings is actually the same as the image settings, because now you can upload a light mode video and a dark mode video, which is very useful if you use a lot of videos and some of them are really white and bright. On the custom CSS, you can of course add custom CSS. Then you have an animation. Standard animation is off, so let's turn this on and let me show what happens when I press fade in and I kind of save these settings. When I open up my website in light mode and I press this dark mode icon, this is what happens. It's not very smooth, because it's light, but okay, let's see another feature. Let's check this flip mode. I think it's really nice. Well, this is really intense. It just really flips. Well, this is really intense, but hey, it works. And if you like it, you can use it. As you can see, you have different animation effects for your website. For this particular website, the target audience is pretty professional, business to business. So I'm not gonna use this because I think it's a little bit too much. Let's turn it off again. On the Analytics and Reporting tab, you can actually receive analytics of how many times your dark mode has been activated. If you're in doubt about using the dark mode, then this will definitely give you enough information to actually sell it internally in your business or for yourself. Just very interesting how many people are using this. With the analytics, you can actually see it. When you enable this one, you can see it on your dashboard, or you can mail it to yourself, for example, every week, and then you can see how many times people use the dark mode. And of course, we have the support tab, and when you click on it, you just go to the support page of this website. You can ask questions if you have one. Now they have some more options here, recommended plugins. These are just their own plugins. So if you want to have more of WP Pool, then you can get them over here. And then you have the Get Started link, which is actually just videos like this one, how you can start enabling the dark mode on your website. And that's basically it. So now what are we going to do? I want to have the switch settings on a different location. I want to change my images. So I'm going to buy the ultimate version. So I go to wpressdoctor.com/wpdark again. What I do like about this is they also have a lifetime deal, and I'm crazy about lifetime deals because I have my web design agency and this saves me a lot of time for all my clients. So for only $224.75, I can actually have an ultimate lifetime for 1,000 websites, which is for my clients more than enough to actually give them all websites the dark mode. So I'm definitely going to do this. I don't know about you, but maybe you have enough of the pro version for just 3 sites or the ultimate version for just 5 sites, or you can just use the free version, whatever you want. So I'm going to press on lifetime. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to press buy now. Then I'm just going to fill this entire thing in and I'm going to pay with my credit card. Now, after you've purchased it, we have an email with actually the license code. So press continue. Then we just log in into your WP Pool account page, and then you can go to downloads over there. So I'm just going to download the ultimate version over here. Yeah, there it is. And then we go back to our website. We go to plugins. We're going to add new our ultimate dark mode plugin. We're going to install it now. Here we go. And we press activate plugin. And of course, the first thing we need to do is activate the license. So add in your license key and press activate license. There we are, and we still have 999 websites and it never expires. That's amazing because this is a lifetime deal. Now when we go to our settings mode, this is what we have. We can have all the switches. Hooray! And now we can add the switch in our menu, which I really like to do right now. And when I enable the switch in the menu, when I now go to my website, now it's enabled in the menu over here. Now you have actually a double button. It's also here, but it's also over here. I'm going to hide the floating switch, but I want to have it in my menu. And that's also possible. Let's save our settings. What you now can also do is I'm going to disable this one, press Save Settings, and then you go to Appearance, Menus. Now in the menu, you can actually add a dark mode switcher manually, like this. Add to Menu. And now when you press on this one, you can actually select the switch you want to have in the menu. And press Save. And now we have the dark mode switch on our website in the menu, which is really great. All right, it's time to create this logo and make it with white letters and a white circle on a dark background. Let's go to our image settings. Now we can have the light mode and the dark mode. All right, the light mode. This is the logo used for our light mode. We're going to select this image. And for the dark mode, I'm going to upload a new image. And then I have the light version over here. Let's save settings and let's see what happens on the front end. All right, let's open it in a new private window. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at that beautiful logo. That's amazing. It works actually perfect. Now, if you don't like the switch over here, and I want to have the switch on the right side over there. How are we going to do that? Well, it's pretty easy. First of all, I'm going to the Divi theme builder. Why? Because that is the place where I have created my header. So this is just my menu and I want this switch to go over there. How do we do that? Well, we're just going to add a shortcode. Just add a code, and the shortcode is this one, WP dark mode switch, like this. And then when I press save, you'll see that the switch is over there. And what I then can do is I go to my structure of my row and I'm going to structure it like this. And then I have space to place my module over there. And now I have the code switcher over here. Isn't that awesome? Then I'm going to just give it some more spacing on top, 20 pixels down, and now it is beautifully there. Let's save this one. If I want another style, I have to make the shortcode like this. Style is, and then for example, number 3. Now I get the right style that I want to use and press save it again. And now I have this beautiful switch over there, which is amazing. As we scroll down, you will see that, hey, this thing is still white. Why is this? Because this is the background of a section. If I go to background, you will see that here is our image. And I also use a parallax effect. It means that this image will be called on as CSS and not within the HTML output. So how can we change this? Well, it is easy if you know how. I'm going to show you how you can change this on your website if you see this kind of things. First, you go on to your front end of your website. Make sure the dark mode is on. Right click on the section that is not being changed to dark mode and press inspect like this. Then we get this, the inspector. As you can see, I now see my background image in the CSS style right there. You can see that? And what we need to do is right click on this section, span date and whatever, press copy, copy selector right there. All right. Go back to WordPress, then you go to the WP dark mode settings and you go down here to custom CSS. What we do is right here, we're gonna paste it in right there. Then we go back to our inspector and you see this background image. Just right click on it and press copy declaration right there. Press this little guy, press enter and press paste like this. Now we have the entire selector telling that the dark mode should be the background image of this. All right, then we go to media and then we're going to select the image we want to use for dark mode and we press copy URL to clipboard. And then we're going to replace this one with the one we have just pasted, copied. And the last step is to, before the closing tag, you have to type important, which is very important. Save your settings, clear your cache if you have one, and then we refresh our page, go to dark mode, and what do we see? Wow! Now also the white piece has been transformed into black. However, this one not. Why is this? Well, because it's another section. So let's right click on it, inspect it also. Remember, when you see this, copy this selector right there, paste it in over here, and then you just copy and paste this thing, copy and paste right there. We press save settings again, clear your cache again, and we see that now it is working as it's intended. Really awesome. If you now go to another page, you will see one thing. It's white again. Oh no, doctor, this is not very useful. Well, the thing is, it is actually a same section, but as you can see in our code, we have limited this entire code to only post 119. Oh, so select it, delete it like this, and then we have all the divs in the entire website. Section 1 and section 3 will be the background of this. This is the way it's supposed to work. really great. But then the newest innovation is not so great again. So what do we do again? One more time, inspect it. And now it actually works on all pages of our website. This is really cool and really neat. This is not necessarily the way when you're creating different kind of websites. And also with my own website, when I press this button, it all changes and everything works exactly the way it should within my website. I didn't have to change anything on my website with custom CSS or whatever. So it just works and it's just really great. And while you're here, don't forget to put in your website in the website audits, and I will go in a live stream and audit websites and give you advice on your website on whatever subject you want for your website. And I also checked it on Elementor Pro websites, and this is one website of a client of mine. Just press this button and as you can see, everything now is in dark mode. Her blog is completely in dark mode and it works actually really great. And this is all out of the box because I didn't change anything about this website or the dark mode plugin. So this plugin is really worth my money, and it blows my mind how easy it is and how well it works, and it is configurable with everything you want. I hope I helped you out in this video and you will be installing WP Dark Mode really fast on your website. Let me know how it goes, and if you have questions, drop them down in the comments. If you want to see more WordPress related videos, hit that like button and then the subscribe button so I know I was on the right track. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome day.